Hello guys! We have finished all of the pieces on the first page of the Dollhouse Furniture Kit from Greenleaf 1982. We are going in order, so today we are going to be working on the piano and the piano bench. We are to cut out all of the pieces corresponding to these two. They are found in sheet number 1 and sheet number 3. In sheet number 1, there's a couple of pieces for the bench and for the piano. In sheet number 3, just about all the pieces are to be pushed out for the piano. I use the eraser part of a pencil to push out the small pieces that my hands are too big for. And with the tip of the pencil, I'm pushing out the little parts that are going to be the interlocking pieces with other parts. These are all the pieces for the piano and the bench. I'm going to sand each one of them on all sides, including the edges, the parts that are going to be glued to other. I have finished sanding them. I first sand them with coarse grit and then with fine grit. And now I'm removing all of the dust particles from each one of the boards. You can see how much dust comes off. I'm using carpenter's wood glue because this glue will allow me to paint over it and also will allow me to sand it. And I use my Lego blocks because that's my plumb, to make sure that every piece is at right angles. These are the bottom of the bench. And yes, I see that they are straight. Now it's time to glue the top of the bench. So this is easy. This was the bench. And I'll set it aside to dry while I work on the piano. This is the side of the piano. This is the wrong side, and I'm using the lines of my cutting mat so that I can set them out, to guide me to set them out straight. And I am applying glue to the front of the piano. I'm gluing the front of the piano to the side. This is also the wrong side. And I'm just going to hold it here for a little bit until the glue dries. And again, I will be using my little Lego to make sure that it is at right angles. I'll do the same to the other side. Now that the two sides of the piano are glued and dry, this will be the top of the piano. And now the sides. Those will be the legs. Those are actually quite cute because they are not just straight. This is going to be the top of the piano, the part where you can set your music notes, and then it comes down. And now this is the board where the keyboard will be placed. And this is pretty much it. Oh, there's a couple of ornamental pieces that go on the sides. Just make sure that I wipe off any excess glue. Have little pieces of leftover pieces that I can use to wipe it off. And this is the piano all put together. Oh, one more part. I almost forgot. This is the foot pedal. I'm going to be using black satin multi-surface paint. This is the first time that I'm using black paint, but I really wanted the piano to stand out and not blend in with all the wood that is going on in the room. And I will be applying 2 coats of paint. While I do this one, while I do the bench, and set it out to dry. It'll give me time to start working on the piano, and I will be alternating between the two pieces. I'll paint one and set it out to dry, and then grab the other one and do the same thing. This is the piano with one coat of paint, and it looks pretty rough. It'll look a little bit better after the second paint and one of polyurethane. And a little bit of metal color paint for the foot pedal. 2 coats have been applied, and for the last, this is the top layer, which will be polyurethane, and this will protect the furniture. In the future, it will allow me to dry it without taking off. It will allow me to wipe it off without taking off any of the paint. This is the piano after it dried. 2 coats of paint, 1 of polyurethane. And this is the bench. It looks pretty nice. The next thing is to work on the keyboard. I have to measure the width. Mine is 4.5. So I printed the keyboard, and I just have to cut it. I'm using an X-Acto knife. You can cut it with scissors or anything. Now that it's cut, I have to apply glue to the back of it, and I'm using tacky glue. I have to do it quickly. I don't want it to bubble up while it absorbs the water from the glue. So quickly goes on to the surface of the piano, and then press it down, wipe off any excess. These are musical notes that I printed, and I printed them in different sizes to see which one fits better on top of the piano. This is the finished product. I am very proud of it. What do you think? Do you think you know anyone who will like to watch this video? Make sure you share it with them. I would also like to hear your comments, and thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.